Unfortunately, even with all these stories, my story makes me feel very alone and completely unloved by my family. As many Albanians know, we are made to stick to our culture and told by our parents that we will be completely disowned if we ever marry someone outside of our culture. In my case, I had made it clear to my parents from a very young age that I will marry whoever I want, regardless of where they come from, as it's my decision, not theirs. I was very lucky to meet a guy that treated me amazing from the get-go and has stuck by my side ever since. However, my parents have been completely opposed to the idea of me being in a relationship with him as he's not Albanian. My situation was so bad that my parents in the end gave me an ultimatum where they gave me two options that I had to choose from. After a month of arguments and emotional abuse from my family, I chose the option which I never thought I would have to. I was forced to pack my belongings and leave my home. The only home I'd ever lived in, the only home I'd ever known. I literally raised my sisters alongside my mother. From the day that I told my parents about my boyfriend to the day that I was kicked out, there was never a moment where I was not emotionally abused or cursed. As soon as I would wake up to go to work, my mum would hear my footsteps in my room and would send letters under my door of how ashamed her and her dad were of me. They even went as far as trying to claim back tuition fees that they had paid. They wanted me to get a loan out and pretended that their letter was legally binding because of their signatures. I would go into work crying. I was left with no choice but to leave home and have since been living with my boyfriend, who I'm truly grateful for. I chose to prioritise myself and my well-being because I was constantly scared that something would happen to me. My dad has, however, chose to prioritise his pride over his daughter. My mum cannot stand up for herself whatsoever. My sisters have not supported me, despite them knowing that my boyfriend treats me like a queen. Foreign parents come to this country expecting to pick and choose what they want from the lifestyle here, and that unfortunately is not how it works. You cannot be made to stick to the norms and values of a particular place whilst being in a completely different country. I fear that Albanian parents have immigrated to diverse cities and have struggled to adapt to the change, where change can be such a beautiful thing if only it was accepted. I have since become the most independent I have ever been. I've had therapy, which has helped me realise that I was not at fault. And my boyfriend and I have even visited Albania, where he's even started to learn our language and traditions. It's a shame when someone from outside a culture can be seen to be making so much effort, only for him to be neglected because of my family's pride and their focus on what will other people say, what will other people think. I hope this mindset will change in future generations, as I refuse to put my future children through the same experience and suffering. This generational trauma ends with me.